Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Zero Strategy Gamer and this is Taskmasters, where every Tuesday I go up against other YouTubers to design ships in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Now this week is going to be a slightly different task as always, so we are going to design a battleship of Japan and we are going to go against China. Now that's the easy bit. The more difficult bit is going to be the following. Well, firstly, we're going to go up against 3 battleships as opposed to our own single one ship. Now, that in and of itself would probably not be a big challenge because the AI is not that great at designing ships. But here is the scoring system for this week. We do get points for sinking all enemy ships, so that's a prerequisite to score points in the first place, and then our actual points will be based on how many of the following design decisions we can implement. Now, the first one is going to be the tower. That says no guns fore or aft of the main towers. So, I think it might be easier to explain that as we go over here. So, we do have a tower over here. We basically cannot place a gun in front of that, nor can we place a gun behind the secondary tower. That's the first thing that would give us a point. We can place them in there, we just would not get that point. Second point is no centerline guns, so we can only use wing turrets. Third point is death by 1,000 cuts. We can only use 11-inch guns. Fourth one is one mind, only single guns, so nothing of these multi-barrel guns, but only one barrel guns. Next one is trial by fire. That means flash fire chance needs to be above 20%. But I am wondering, do you guys contribute to that? Well, we'll see in a moment. Then we've got a Path of Honor, no torpedoes. We've got Shield of Faith, minimal bulkheads only. We've got Powered by Vomit, which means that pitch and roll need to be above 100 or at 100 each. We've got SS Climate Change, 100 smoke interference, and we've got the Glacier, only 16 knots of speed. Now, I think there are multiple ways to play that. The way I want to play that is I want to do a torpedo build, because a lot of these restrictions are on the gun, and I think what we'd want to do then is pick a hull that is pretty fast. Let's take this one for example. So good hull form here, and that should do that. So we're going to go down with range, of course. We're going to try to do the minimum bulkhead thing here. And I basically want to get this thing as fast as possible. 36 knots, by the way. Is that any different to what you could do? No. So yeah, we're going to do this. 36 knots, no range, no speed. We're going to go for gear turbines or diesel. Well, I'm going to guess gear turbines. Oil does actually sound better. And we're going to go with the maximum passive things that we can do over here for the moment. Now, in regards to the main tower, I think we might actually want to go for the pagoda tower, simply because we can place it a little bit more to the rear and front there. We could potentially use the modern secondary tower here. Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird build. Let's look at the pitch and roll. Oh, this is incredibly low for now. Let's use the mega funnels here and try to get ourselves to the highest possible smoke interference. So we're going to get, yeah, that's above 100, that's fine. And it's actually at 90% engine efficiency. So if we get to induced or forced, balanced, I think induced is probably, yeah, it's the lowest amount of weight, and it is perfectly fine. Bit of a weird design here, but honestly I think it's okay. Let's go for main guns here. We are going to use the 11-inch, and we are going to use them not on center lines, but actually on side guns. So let's pick that like such. Beautiful layout here. No guns fore or aft of the main turrets. No guns on the center line. Only 11-inch guns. So that already does give us 3 points if we do manage to sink them. Single guns also gives us a 4 point. Now the 5th category would be to get flash fire chance above 20%. I guess we could go for super heavy shells. Yeah, that does increase that somewhat. Increased ammo storage does increase that too. I think Lyddite is actually probably the most explosive one. Corrodite would actually bring that down, yeah. Lyddite is what we do need to do. You guys do have plus 5%, plus 5. Oh, interestingly, it does go down here, doesn't it? It does actually not change it at all. Electrical. Flash fire chance is basically... Yeah, okay, fine. If we go for auto here, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, but it might be better simply so that we fire a little bit more often. Right, so... Now that's a little bit awkward because I didn't know whether we could increase the flash fire chance here even further. Can we? Is there any way to do that? It's not actually dependent on the gun caliber that we pick and stuff. I don't actually know that. Yeah, that does increase the flash fire chance. So what if we use more of these types of guns? Oh, that's interesting. It seems to stay somewhat similar. It doesn't matter how many guns we put on this. Let's try to fit in a couple more here. Okay, that's interesting. So that does mean that if we do follow the 11-inch gun caliber, we cannot get the flash fire chance. In which case, we might actually want to go to side guns, 18-inch guns, because if there's no point in using... Oh. Okay, I cannot use you on the off side, can I? Ship is just too small. Right, what if we increase your size? I think it just increases the length, sort of, not the width. Yeah. Well, we could go for the different hull then. Yeah, I think that might be better. Okay, fine. Let's go to the different hull here. Let's decrease the range. Let's decrease the bulkheads. And let's get all of that back to where we want it to be. But that basically means we should have a relatively decent chance. Super Pagoda to the frontier. That's a weird design. And I'm guessing these are too large, so let's just pick the smallest one here in terms of physical dimensions. And it reminds me a little bit of these weird, like the lake freight ships in North America. Yeah, it looks a little bit like that. Anyway, funnels. What do we do? Right, let's pick you. Let's go for oil here first because I still think that might be a good idea. Smoke interference pitifully low. Let's place a couple of these guys in here. You. Okay, 3. 4's a bit too much. What's the smallest here? Oh no, 43. Okay, so can I get by with 4 of these small ones? Just about no. Maybe 3 and 1. Yeah. Okay, really awkward design here, but that's what you get when you build this kind of ship. Right, I don't think we can use the... I don't think the roll and pitch is realistic at all here. So if we're not going to get that, we might as well just try to keep things together here. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's place you just by holding control, somehow like that. It's an awkward design. I mean, the first one here is a little bit bigger than the rest, but it does get us to the 100 over here, so that's okay. Right, let's talk secondary guns. Sorry, let's talk main guns, side guns. 20-inch. Okay, now we can use actually 20-inch guns here. Error part. Well, that's awfully specific. Okay, 20-inch guns, flash fire chance, lovingly over 20% there. We might still want to go super heavy here. And I'm guessing increased, and then we could go for tube powder maybe, because it does have that nice penetration. This only needs to be above 20, so we can even potentially pick some Citadel. It's not above 20 now. TNT is even... No, TNT is much better for us then. Okay, let's do TNT. We do have the Citadel. We just need to be above 20 there, so we can pick a little bit of above that. 20 or more of that is fine. Let's go for that. Let's increase all of this here, of course. Natural boilers. How are we looking in terms of engine efficiency? No, we need to increase that. Induced or even balanced? Yeah, balanced. 97% engine efficiency. That sounds lovely. Right. Okay, I like all of this. I do think we should go for better armor. I don't think I want any of this, except for anti-flooding. Oh, we would probably want this, right? Yeah. Let's decrease the bombats then. 22 chance, but slightly better bulkheads here. Yeah, I think that's better. Super heavy shells, increased ammo. Yeah, we only have a single gun turret on each side, so that's okay. And high power TNT, that's good. Okay, let's talk about torpedoes. We obviously want to go for the biggest ones. Big question is, do we want to go fast, electric, or oxygen? And I'm thinking fast might be the best idea, so that we're coming in close with the enemy. We are basically blasting them from the side there. Let's go for auto reloading here and electro height. Well, we don't really need that, do we? Well, unless we do get very close to them, then we might need that. By the way, I'm always thinking whether it might make sense to actually build something like this. So just, you know, just get that on one side here. But it's always resulting in this little port offset here. It would be brilliant because it basically allows us to do a sort of cross-firing arrangement. But it's not meant to be. Okay, you know what? Let's just place it like that. Can actually, there's a slim chance of it firing a little bit forward there, actually. Okay, what's your firing angle now? Could almost fire in that arc. Very unrealistic though, but okay, you know what, it's fine. We could probably actually move you a little bit here to the rear though. Well, or just keep it on the center line. Well, not center line, but you know what I mean. Right, we've got a 4-weight offset still. Okay, that's fine. Jesus, this ends up being one of the worst designs that I've ever produced. Anyway, let's talk torpedoes. Good. Let's get the torpedo tubes up here. I think triple torpedo launchers are generally what I like to do because they have a good weight to torpedo tube ratio. On the other hand, just more of them might be better, right? Yeah. Okay, let's use the slightly bigger ones. 2, and then we have some different firing solutions here. And that should be okay. Right, and let's place a couple of these guys down there like that. And then we're going to fill the rest of this space here with the 3 tube launchers. It looks awkward. Why are they not center lined? Port weight offset. Why are you not center lined? Weird. Not sure why that was. Okay, that's gone now, so that's great. Sometimes it's really hard to get rid of that once it happens. Right. Yeah. Isn't that a beautiful design? It's so awkward. Okay, pitch and roll are awful, but I guess that's what it is. I could pull you back a little bit, right? There's no reason for that to be so far on the front. We just need it to be in front of the main guns here for the task to be valid. Okay, let's place you all the way in the front here. I think you should have a decent firing angle to the front too. Not sure though. Sometimes the game is weird like that. Then we're going to pull you guys back so that you have a good, decent forward firing angle too. Yeah, okay, I like it. It actually looks more like a ship now. Small offside there, but really nothing to write home about. So I think that's going to be okay. Secondary guns also I don't really care about. We're going to go up against battleships, so that doesn't make a big difference. What will make a big difference, though, is armor. Let's just trying to get crazy on that. Yeah, we do have so much weight to play around with. So that's probably going to be okay. Maybe 4 inches here. Maybe 7.5 here. Conning tower doesn't matter that much because we're actually using torpedoes. But I guess we can try to bring that up a little bit. How about 30 inches here? Jesus, this is going to be a well-armed ship, isn't it? 8 inches? Yeah, okay, that doesn't leave that much. We probably want a rangefinder. We probably want that to be short-ranged. Oh, that's surprising. I would not have expected that. Some radar might be a good idea too. Right, let's dial this down to 7 inches and then we're going to skim off some weight here. Oh, this is so awkward. Okay, let's do it like that. And the rest can go to the turrets. Good. Okay, that's been a while that we're designing here. Let's just basically go through the design here and check the boxes again. So, we've got all of our turrets. The one single turret that we have is, or dual turret, is between these two things, so that's 1 point. We don't use any centerline ones, so that's another point. We are not using 11-inch guns, so that is a no. We are only using single guns though, so that's a yes. That is the third point, I think, that we have. A troll bar flyer, flash chance is higher than 20% actually, so that's good. That's fourth point. Then we've got no torps, no, we can't claim that. We've got minimum bulkheads, that's the fifth point. We don't have the vomit express because that's just not a thing. So climate change we've got, so that's 6. We don't have the speed because we do need the speed to use our torpedoes. So that being said then, I think this is okay. Anything strikingly here that I find worrying? No, I don't think so. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's launch this ship and see what we're going to get out of this task here. And just look at the design here. It almost feels like a flat top against 3 battleships. We're starting out running away from them, which is certainly not ideal. We can use armored piercing. Let's dial up the timing here because we will need to close in with these guys. How are you streaming? You're streaming to the right. That at least is okay. Making the right turn here. Good. 36 knots. We do have a long way to go here. They're more than 20 kilometers away at this point, probably. Yeah, 21. That's actually not that great because we've got enormous armor here, but still probably our deck armor is the weakest. Yeah, you can see there's a partial pen hit by them. They've got 14-inch guns, which should be okay. I think we can survive against that. But more so if we do close in, actually. So that would be kind of nice. Yeah, we do have the minimum bulkheads too, so we need to be mindful of that. And yeah, we do have a lot of torpedo tubes which can be hit, and that is certainly somewhat worrying here because they do put out a lot of fire against us. Right, let's try to make it like that. We've got the fast torpedoes in the end, didn't we? I think we do. 63 knots, okay. That does mean they're going to be super visible for the enemy, which obviously is not that great, but that does mean we need to come extremely close to them. Just launch our torpedoes and then hope that they can spot the torpedoes early, but they cannot run away at that point. That at least is the plan. Right, let's try to follow our ship, see whether we've got a good intercept here. That line seems to be breaking out a little bit to the right, so that does mean we probably want to go to the right as well. How does it look now? Yeah, still they are breaking out to the right, aren't they? I think they are. So this is just a handy trick how you can sometimes plot an intercept course. At least in real life, that's how we do it. Shall we target this ship here in the middle? I don't think it does make any difference. Our ships, I think, cannot fire through there anyway, so that's going to be alright. We have lost 4% of our integrity, though, already, which is somewhat worrying. How far away are you, actually? 14 kilometers. Yeah. These shells are coming in aggressively now. Don't want to launch, especially the torpedoes, prematurely. So let's see whether we can do this. With our, how much did I say? I think 6 points. Do check out, I'm going to say that now, do check out everyone else's video. I want to target this guy here simply because it feels like more turrets will fire on him, but we only got a single turret. So, yeah, there we go. Well, okay, we are in torpedo range soon. We are going to be at least. But it looks to me like that line might now be going a little bit to the left here, doesn't it? It's almost perfectly on target here. No, it's even going a little bit to the right still. And we might lose more speed as we are coming in, as we are taking damage here, especially against the funnel and such. interesting that our ship is deciding to switch targets here. But it's okay, I don't mind which one you're firing at. Well, it might be actually... Oh, that's good. That's a good hit too. He might go down due to that. He's certainly going to suffer. That's another penetration there. Just a second hit there. It's really weird. We maybe not have... We could have maybe done that without any torpedoes here. That would have been 7th point. That would have been great. Man, these 20-inch shells, 20-inch super heavy shells are something really. Now here's the question: do I launch torps at him? Okay, let's actually go for normal speed here for a second. And I think it's what we do. He's lost. He's lost. Okay, let's do that. And let's immediately turn off as soon as we're launching a couple of torps against him. Which I think we have. At least some of these guys. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let's switch target. Let's go to the right here. And try to get in a good intercept here. And I'm hoping that due to the fact that he has lost basically all of his engine power, he might not actually be able to evade this. But they have already detected the torpedoes, I think. They're, at least all of them are turning away. And he can actually do that, so that's a shame. Okay, let's continue to fire on him then. We really want him to go down. Yeah, that's a nice hit there. But it's not causing more flooding, so that is a bit of an issue. He's still turning, so okay, let's just turn that on briefly. There we go. If that's gonna do him. Yeah, he might be going down anyway now. We wasted a lot of torps here. But you know what? It's okay. Right. I think I would want to target you here first. Yeah, she goes down anyway. Okay, let's target this guy first because he's first in line, and if he's taking damage, he might be trying to fall back, which wouldn't allow us to cut in front of him a little bit. It does mean though that our second gun here needs to turn around a little bit, but we might soon score a hit. I really wish it was possible for both guns to fire independently if they are facing on each side. Oh, look at that. Look at all of the torp hits here, causing a lot of damage. Okay, there's some penetration and some fire. But I'm guessing that we're gonna come by you first. We really would not have these needed the torps, I think. Yeah, look at that. He's being torn apart simply by the shells. No need for anything else. You know what I probably can do is switch targets very rapidly here. Because our reload process is probably longer than the time it takes to train the gun to a new target here. Especially if we go a little bit like straight ahead. On the other hand, the gun might just not fire at all. Okay, let's do a hard right here. Let's actually turn on the torps, because I think at this distance he is going to struggle to evade them. If we can fire any, please. That's a good flooding hit, but where are my torpedoes? I don't believe I've launched anything on the right side yet. Well, a lot of them are centerline to be truthful, but not all of them. No, there we go. That's a good number of torps there. Let's switch targets because he is going to go down from that. I could probably have done a little bit better if I'd known these. Well, but you know, you need to come close for 20-inch shells to be that effective. Okay, these torps are wasted. But I don't think he's going to survive the gunfire very long at this range. But no, they're actually not wasted. He is going to go down with that. That is going to be a fast battle here, so that's very nice to see. So, 6 points. Hopefully that is going to be enough to win this week. But anyway, hope to see you guys next week. Do check out everyone else's video. And yeah, bye bye guys.